The Lakers have traded for sharpshooter Luke Kennard. We'll tell you what that means for the Lakers. What's next? Rob Pelinka is cooking. We got details of the deal. Luke Kennard is a Los Angeles Laker. That's coming up next on the LA Sports Report. LA is the sports capital of the world. The Lakers have entered their Luka Doncic era. LeBron doesn't just want a farewell tour, he wants a farewell title. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Go, Kings, go! The Dodgers are the best run franchise in all of professional sports. Shohei Ohtani is the GOAT. Steve Ballmer will do anything to get the Clippers a championship. Mick Cronin has to win a national championship at UCLA. Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback in this league. College football is just better when USC is good. This whole city has the Mamba mentality. I love LA.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is the LA Sports Report with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, and welcome to the LA Sports Report. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of the media. I've covered LA sports for over a decade, loyal to the soil. If you're new to the show, this is the LA Sports Report. All things Los Angeles sports and a lot of Lakers. And we've got some breaking news to get into. Shams Charania tweeted out just moments ago that the Lakers have acquired Luke Kennard. He tweeted the Los Angeles Lakers are trading Gabe Vincent and a 2032 second-round pick to the Atlanta Hawks for Luke Kennard, sources tell ESPN. So first thought on this is the Lakers got something of value for Gabe Vincent. It's the end of an era. Gabe Vincent was bad for the Lakers. He was a bad signing, and now he's gone. Now, for the Atlanta Hawks, the value comes in that second-round pick, but really nice job matching salaries. Gabe Vincent, you love him for doing just that. But let's focus on what Luke Kennard brings to the Los Angeles Lakers. First takeaway, number one, Luka Doncic has Luke Kennard to be a kick-out shooter. That's something that he just did not have with any consistency. A true marksman, Luke Kennard provides just that. He shot an effective field goal percentage of 79% in spot-up situations, 70% in transition, and 66% running off screens this season. The Lakers have 3 players on their roster that are shooting above 40% on open threes this year. Rui Hachimura at 44.9%, Luka Doncic at 41.9%, and Austin Reeves at 40.8%. The next closest rotation player that is shooting north of 40% on wide open threes this year is LeBron James, and that number sits at 34.1%. Luke Kennard is shooting 51.6% on wide open threes this season. Luke Kennard is a professional's shooter's shooter. To say that he's an upgrade for the team as a three-point shooter would be an absolute understatement. And the Lakers needed shooting, and they may have just gotten the best shooter that is going to be dealt at the deadline. Of the 145 shooters that have more than 1,000 three-point attempts over the last 5 seasons, Luke Kennard is number 1 in the NBA at 46%, and it's by a wide margin. The next closest is Grayson Allen at 41.6%, then followed by Sam Hauser at 41.5%. And the Lakers know Luke Kennard well. He was on the Clippers for so many years. He was in Memphis, and the Lakers have familiarity going up against him. They know how valuable he can be on the court. In fact, Luke Kennard, he dominated them when he was with the Clippers. Lots of success when he was facing them And with the Clippers, we know that, hey, this is a guy that you can give the ball. He can make clutch shots. He doesn't need a lot of space. He can go out there and really just dominate when he gets hot. Now, he's not one of those guys that is going to go out there and drop 20, 30 points for you, but this is a great situation for the Los Angeles Lakers because Gabe Vincent wasn't going to help this team at all, and it's a second-round pick. And the Lakers, they made what could possibly, most likely, I would say, maybe be the only move they make at this deadline. And if that's the case, you at least can say that they got better today. Now, is it Andrew Wiggins? Because I look at this. I mean, if Rui Hachimura is still in the fold, does this mean that Andrew Wiggins is in play in a deal including Rui Hachimura? That's the first thought that comes to mind to me if they really want to continue to move the chess piece around. But by trading their 2032 second-round pick in this deal, the Lakers, they're out of second-round pick. So while that could impact the team in trade negotiations moving forward, it doesn't mean they won't draft anyone in the second round in the future. So they'll still be able to find a way to add pieces elsewhere. And look, they have made a habit of buying second-round pieces and second-round picks once the draft comes around. And that's kind of something I look at for this organization because I look at the Los Angeles Lakers. They're now owned by the Guggenheim Group that owns the Los Angeles Dodgers. And yes, you have a salary cap. You've got the aprons, and you've got limitations financially in the NBA that you don't have in Major League Baseball. But there are ways that you can flex your financial muscle. And one of those ways is being able to buy second-round picks. And this is an example of that. You give a second-round pick, you can replenish that. You're not really losing much at all whatsoever. Like I said, it's the end of an era. No, it's the end of an era for Gabe Vincent. And last season, they made multiple trades with cash to go up to get Adu Thero. And I think that's something that we're going to see with this organization moving forward is how do you use the money that you have and the advantages you have and the aggressive ownership that you have. That's one way of doing it. Now, from a salary standpoint, the Lakers also, they cut $500,000 off the trade, creating a little bit of room under the apron, which they are hard capped at. So that would likely only matter if they're going to be signing some buyout players or players if they need to fill up a final roster spot. But it does give them just a little bit of breathing room there to just be able to have some flexibility, some options there. So this is a fantastic move for the Lakers. I mean, is he the final piece of a championship puzzle? I'm not saying that or anything of the sort, but Luke Kennard certainly is an upgrade. And look, now we just got to find a way to get another 3-and-D wing or another lob-catching center. And I think with Luka Doncic, you got to feel pretty happy about this one, knowing this organization is going to do everything they can to put a championship contender around you. Now, it is a expiring contract. He's not going to be under contract after this season, but it also means that he's going to be extremely incentivized to have a strong finish to his year this year. And this year, in 46 games, Kennard's averaging 7.9 points per game, 2.2 rebounds, 2.1 assists, shooting 53.8% from the field, and an incredibly impressive 49.7% from beyond the arc. He is shooting 3.2 3-point attempts per game, though. So it kind of makes you wonder, will the minutes go up a little bit? He's averaging 20.5 minutes per game. And will the attempts go up? He's never been a guy that is the most volume shooter there is as far as really good three-point shooters. But we saw with the Clippers, there were years where he was shooting over 6 3-pointers per game. And even one year with the Grizzlies, he averaged 6.1 3-point attempts per game. I think if you're the Lakers and he's shooting anywhere from 4 to 6 points per game, 3-point attempts per game, you can feel pretty solid about that. But Gabe Vincent was a guy that was supposed to provide a little bit of that, and you basically double his scoring output. We got another move here. Okay, all right, this is breaking news from Shams Charania, And this is good news for the Los Angeles Lakers. And that news is that the Milwaukee Bucks have indicated to teams that they are keeping Giannis Antetokounmpo through the trade deadline and will start making other trades, sources tell ESPN. So this is positive news for the Lakers because that means he's not going to the Warriors. That means he's not going to the Timberwolves. That means he's not going to a Western Conference foe. The Rockets could get crazy with the Ben Thompson, some picks and things like that. Now, Giannis heads to the offseason, and Giannis goes to the offseason where the Lakers are going to be better positioned to go and trade for him because they're going to have 3 first-round picks. You've got almost $50 million in cap space. What the Lakers can do is you make that deal, handshake agreement, and then the Lakers make the Bucks picks on their behalf. So this is good news. Now, the Lakers don't have that blue chip level star in return. That is a concern for me because, look, anytime you go and you trade someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's a tough sell to your fan base if you're not at least getting some superstar level, star level, all-star level player back in return. So that certainly is a concern on that standpoint, but still, they got picked. So this is good news. I mean, this is really good news. Giannis is not going to be traded, and what we were hoping to see was that. I said on yesterday's show, that was the hope, is that you see that he will not get traded. So, look, I mean, yes, the Gabe Vincent nightmare is over. Yes, it's the end of an era. Yes, I used to pray for times like this, but I think this could be the last move that the Lakers make, unless you maybe swing big for a Andrew Wiggins. But why would you do that and give up a first-round pick unless you have strong indications that you're probably not going to be a player in the Giannis Antetokounmpo sweepstakes this offseason? So, I mean, hey, how about this? Forget the Showtime Lakers. Kareem, Magic, Worthy, Michael Cooper. Now it's the Snowtime Lakers. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, Jake LaRavia, and now Luke Kennard. The Snowtime Lakers are going to take over the NBA. Oh, actually, you know what? I got to throw in sexual T-Rex, Drew Timme. The Snowtime Lakers are here. I mean, we are the envy of the Utah Jazz. We are the envy. I mean, hilarious stuff. I'm seeing that in the comments. Here we go. We've got Mr. Classic, all because of Cat Space. Good morning, Doug. What's up? Malachi. What's up? Good morning, my goat. What up, R. Carino, rocking with us. Thanks. D-Mac, do you think there's certain traits about Kennard the Lakers coaching staff can optimize for, similar to what the Dodgers do? Absolutely. Catch and shooting. It's an area where the Lakers have not thrived, and they don't have enough shooting, and he provides just that. I mean, he is a specialist, and that's what you're trying to bring in to surround Luka Doncic with, is guys that know their roles and can excel in their roles. And, yes, he's not a guy that even averages double digits, but the Lakers could get more from him because everyone's numbers seem to go up when they're playing around Luka Doncic. And they wouldn't have made this trade if they didn't think that they would have just maybe a bigger role for the Lakers than he would have with the Atlanta Hawks. So I think that's certainly a thing. Lexer, appreciate you rocking with us. Lexer says, I like that Luke Kennard, he's not the crazed defender, but doesn't lack effort and can definitely make an open three at a much higher clip. That is what he is now, and he gets great looks. Exactly. I mean, he's just going to go, and he's a veteran. And, I mean, it is pretty telling that, look, the Lakers are in a tough spot because you want to win now, but you don't want to do anything that could compromise putting the best roster together for Giannis and Luka Doncic potentially, right? Obviously, it's kind of slipping on that one, but you don't want to compromise a roster because you've got LeBron James on what is most likely his final year with the Los Angeles Lakers. And the more you commit to this roster, there's a finite amount of assets that you do have. And you have to have an honest conversation with yourself. Is this team a piece away from contending? Yes, Austin Reeves having himself what would have been an all-star season if he didn't get injured. Yes, Luka Doncic having an MVP season. LeBron James really a 21, 6, and 6 type of guy. DeAndre Ayton's had his ups and downs. I mean, there are some interesting pieces on this team, and Luke Kennard definitely improves them. But unless they go out there and make another move, it's tough to see this team contending unless you're just a complete homer and you're delusional. But anything can happen when you have Luka Doncic. Anything can happen when you have LeBron James and Austin Reeves. And look, let's not forget this. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James have played a grand total of 9 games this season together. And that is something to think about. I mean, you've had 49 games this season, and of those 49 games, you've only had those 3 together for 9 of them. So what do they look like? I mean, I think that the defensive end is where it's really concerning. I mean, they're one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA, and it makes you wonder if you can get that back to where it needs to be, at least where it's respectable, because Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James at this stage of their career, when 3 of those 5 guys are on the court together, their net rating has been a negative this season. How are you going to improve that unless you have some defensive first players? We've had a resurgence of Vando, and we'll see what Luke Kennard provides. But here we got another tweet. This from Shams Charania. The Milwaukee Bucks have agreed to trade Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Phoenix Suns. So clearly the Bucks, they're on their second phase of where their offseason is going to meet with their regular season, where, hey, they're getting this work done now. So in the offseason, the focus, it shifts to, we got to find a way to maximize Giannis. We got Rob Pelinka. What is up? We got Lexer. The only deal that the Lakers should make now is extend Austin Reeves. I mean, you're going to wait to the offseason to do that. But, yeah, I mean, that's the big question. And there's going to be some conversations about that. I mean, do you give a guy that's never made an all-star team $30 million? And we know that he's all-star caliber, and I look at the net rating with him and Luka Doncic on the court together. It's really good. It's one of the best that Luka Doncic has had, but there better be a plan in place to get some defensive-minded players to surround Luka and Austin Reeves with. And, of course, you're not going to let a guy like that walk, and I want to see Austin Reeves back with the Lakers as well. We got Gods. Even though Reeves is going to get a big raise, he only count for $20 million against the cap this summer because of his cap hold. That gives the Lakers over $70 million to spend, plus 3 firsts to trade. Yes, that's absolutely correct, and that's what happens when you have a advantageous spot on that, because you look at where his contract would sit. He certainly earned his money, right? And the Lakers, it'd be shocking if they didn't take care of him. The fits there, the process of making sure that he is the guy, but everyone knows he's going to get probably more than $30 million, and maybe more than that. And that is a commitment to a player that went undrafted, that you found, that you developed. But you're right, though. I mean, you're still going to be in a good spot after Austin Reeves to be able to get some talent. And that just kind of goes to the new modern-day NBA. And that was my big issue with the Russell Westbrook trade. And when they went and got Westbrook, and what that meant was, hey, we're still in a 2010 state of mind. And the Lakers with LeBron and Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook were trying to be a 2010s NBA team where, okay, we're going to get a big 3, we're going to surround them with players on the margins, and that'll be enough to contend for a title. Well, LeBron, Anthony Davis, kind of after a title, and really the Lakers have been managing this team after LeBron's championship as a team that wasn't a legitimate championship contender. Because when you're all in, you're taking long-term commitments, and you really don't have any first-round picks. I mean, that's an all-in team, right? You're taking on large salaries on multi-year deals, and you're giving up first-round picks. And we know that that is not the case with Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers after that 2021 title. I mean, the Lakers gave up a championship roster Alex Caruso and KCP, and you give the contract to THT. It's a disaster, and you go out there and get Russell Westbrook. But now kind of the mindset is a little different, is it, where you get the superstar, and then you get the Robin and a bunch of amazing role players, high ceiling players that surround those superstars. And it just feels like Austin Reeves could be the Robin, but it's not a Batman and Batman thing. So that's going to be the big question. I mean, clearly this is a star-studded organization, and if there's an organization that is going to lean more into that, it would be the Los Angeles Lakers, just because of their history. And we know that when you pair an elite big with a elite ball handler, an elite scorer like a Luka Doncic, and the Lakers win championships with that. So it'll be interesting to see how desperate they're going to be to try to get Giannis, or do they kind of pivot and say, hey, look what the Thunder did. Look what some other teams did. It's tough to win with two supermax guys and try to fill those cracks elsewhere when it's tough to get defensive quality out of that. Then you factor into the injury stuff. I mean, Giannis has the calf situation. Giannis has the things he's dealing with his calf, and does that give you some trepidation, a little fear that there could be an Achilles thing in there? I mean, that's the kind of the fear for sure. So, yeah, I mean, back to Luke Kennard. He's an unrestricted free agent after the season. Lakers will have bird rights on him. He's a better fit than Gabe Vincent. And, look, they're not saddled with that ongoing salary. So, yeah, I mean, I never understood the Gabe Vincent, J.J. Redick love affair. He was basically his Torian Prince. So, hey, at least you can say one nice thing about him, is that he did match those salaries. So the sad thing is Gabe was brought in because he was the anti-D'Lo. D'Lo would shoot hot during the seasons and cool off in the playoffs. Gabe had a series versus Celtics where he was the most important player of that series, really, outside of Jimmy Butler. And when Miami knocked off the Celtics, he shot the lights out. But to be honest, D'Lo was better for this team than Gabe kind of was. And Kennard, hopefully he can add a little bit of that bench scoring, because they certainly need it. But, it's good to see cardio Gabe Vincent leave. And with the $500,000 in savings, it's also a big deal when it comes to the buyout guys and promoting players. At $977,000 under the apron, the Lakers had 74 days of vet minimum salary, and now it's at $1.47 million under the apron. They have 111 vet minimum days, so there are 166 days left in the season. So technically, they're in a position where they can sign two players today, but they could sign a buyout guy today and still have 45 days left to give out another 10-day contract or promote another player at the end of the season after they most likely probably waive Maxi Kleba. So, yeah, get cardio Gabe off the Lakers, and that is definitely one of the best things about that, is it was addition by subtraction. He gone. No more Gabe Vincent. We prayed about times like this for 2.5 years. So I give this trade, grade-wise, this is an A+. Not even just an A. This is an A+ trade, because Gabe Vincent was trash, and then you gave up a second-round pick, and you can buy a second-round pick if you're the Lakers. They've found the ability to get those in recent years, and now you can improve your bench scoring. You can improve your three-point shooting. You get a player you can take a hard look at if he's a great fit. You got his bird rights when he hits unrestricted free agency. So I don't even think this is an A grade. I think it's an A+. I really do. Like, I might have to leave because I have to pick up Gabe Vincent and drive him as fast as I possibly can to the airport, because the sooner he gets to Atlanta, the sooner he's out of the LA city limits, the happier I'm going to be. But all right, let's go to some comments here. Welcome to the LA Sports Report, by the way, is the fastest growing LA Sports podcast. We cover all things Lakers, Dodgers, Rams, Chargers, UCLA, USC. I'm loyal to the soil. If you want to win giveaways, if you want to be a part of the conversation, if you want to hear the truth, there's a lot of shows out there that are just going to, like, okay, Lakers are great, blah, blah, blah. Look, this show is the truth about the purple and gold. We keep it 100 on this one. CP3 on his way. D-Mac, what is up? How do you How do you convince the Lakers? I mean, like that's not mainly his decisions, but I mean, he is probably going to be working close with the Milwaukee Bucks. But him wanting to be a Laker, Carino, I totally agree with him wanting to be a Laker and expressing that to the Milwaukee Bucks organization is going to be extremely important to being able to land him. He has to make it known that he wants to be a Laker because they're going to try to do right by him. They're not going to have their championship-winning MVP player, the Greek Freak that really is a legend in Milwaukee, they're not going to send him to a place that he doesn't want to go. They're not going to completely do it, but they're not going to completely bend over backwards for him. But I guarantee, and from what I've heard, there is a partnership there. Nando, please trade LeBum. Nando, LeBron plays for the Lakers, but he'll never be a Laker. Wow. You know what? That's interesting. I think that he definitely will be remembered as a Laker. That's for sure. I mean, you think of him in the Cavs with the Heat, and he definitely hasn't been embraced by fans like other superstars in his organizations have. Like, think about the superstars that the Lakers have had. I mean, even Kareem, who kind of had a little bit of an interesting relationship with fans just because of his personality, he was respected and beloved by Lakers fans. He had the skyhook. He was an airplane. Magic Johnson goes without saying. He's Magic Johnson. Magic and Kobe are right at the top right there. But even someone like a Shaquille O'Neal, even like Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, I mean, it does feel like that there's something to be said about, I mean, I still think that LeBron doesn't get enough credit for saving this organization from irrelevancy, and he did deliver a championship, but it's kind of one of those things I've learned with LeBron James is you're not going to change people's minds one way or the other on him, and the truth is that, I mean, he just did not get embraced in L.A. like he probably thought he was going to be. Okay, we've got the Boston Celtics are trading Chris Boucher to the Utah Jazz. Sources tell ESPN. Interesting. Bloodhound Lil Jeff, Giannis is a legit 2-3 year window to win max. When that athleticism goes down to earth, it's going to be ugly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's basically the center version of Russell Westbrook, right? In some ways, just because, I agree. I mean, that's the thing, too. I mean, you look at the timeline and aligning that age with Luka Doncic and just seeing what that looks like, you do run the risk of if you go all in on Giannis and he does start to decline as a player or gets injured, then you're in a tough spot with prime years of Luka Doncic. So that is going to be a very interesting decision. I mean, for me, I would love to have Giannis, but the injuries pile up, man. They really do. And I almost think that this era of the NBA, the Lakers would be better suited if you just got quality younger players around him and you could have more cracks at it as far as winning an NBA championship, because there's a lot of parity in this league right now. This is going to backfire. We got, doesn't LeBron have to approve the trade? Nice. D-Mac, what time is Scuba getting traded to the Dodgers today? Yeah, I saw something on that. We'll talk about that a little later. All right, guys. So Lakers have bought into Luke and AR way more than LeBron. I think that they're just ready to turn the page. And just as an organization, they're ready for the next build. They understand. They know what it's like. They know that to be a Los Angeles Laker, that it's a combination of you want to compete for titles, but you also need to put on a product that's entertaining, that has star power. And there is just this this transition period right now where you need someone to kind of take over the reins. And there's a little bit of LeBron fatigue. There really is. And the bottom line too is that you're probably not going to win a championship with him. So that's the other big factor as well. But all right, guys. So we're going to be back in an hour. What actually will tell a little longer. D-Mac, how long does it take for a college pick to develop? Be ready for the NBA? It's not like MLB, right? No, it's actually quicker. Gary A., if they miss out on Giannis, maybe you get a crack at Jokic in 28. That's another thing, too, is, it feels Tim Duncan in San Antonio, right? Someone who's going to kind of play his whole career in a market that's not the biggest of markets, but somewhere he's very comfortable in. But, yeah, that would be a pretty pairing right there with Jokic and Luka Doncic. But that's something that they could have flexibility-wise is the ability to pursue that in a couple of years. But, all right, guys, I'm going to be back in an hour. I'm going to the studio right now. It's my new pad. All right, it's my new pad right here. Let's see if we got any Lakers stuff. Here got an autographed Kobe. Guys with autographed Kobe shoes that I got. By the way, one time I won a contest where I got to play one-on-one with Kobe. It was pretty cool back in like 2007 or something. It was good times. But all right, guys, going to the studio. Join us in an hour for more trade reactions, another trade special we're going to be doing at the studio. So I'm going to take off right now. But the Lakers get Luke Kennard. They get a sharpshooter. We'll see what they do next. Is Andrew Wiggins in play? That's the big question for the Lakers at this point. Are you willing to give up a first-round pick and take away some assets that you could use for Giannis in the summertime when he is going to be dealt? That is ultimately the decision that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers are weighing right now. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. My name is Doug McKain. Follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. And until next time.